For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely off his head.
Yeah, he is, eh? Totally.
What do you mean?
We just sat here patiently, didn't we, Mogi, in the studio for about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Going, well, you'll turn up eventually, one would hope.
The great thing about you coming from the pub to do the show is we know exactly the shape of the show now.
Yeah, totally.
We're all sorted.
Yeah,
got that
we're good
first
to go.
break done. You know, can't you just see it all sort of...
Yeah,
totally. And you've got
Same
your
old.
droopy eyes going on. Your little droopy eyes.
guys, look. We were down there celebrating a few things.
Okay, go on. Let's
So
take
I
us
can-
through. So let's just, first of all, Keyzie's been at the pub. He's turned up here late.
It's not that late. We
It's late-
usually
it's
get in the
late,
studio about now.
Yeah.
I can see you're already struggling with words.
The problem you're going to have, Keyzie, is that you're going to sober up. And I see you've made yourself a cup of instant coffee. That's a mistake. What you need to do is keep on drinking. And you know that.
And I will.
I don't know, Mogi. Can I just
Please.
put a caveat in there?
Please.
I don't know that it is a cup of coffee.
Oh, no, I've seen it. It is.
No,
it
it's an Irish coffee, which is an
did-
export ultra mixed in with some Nescafe.
With some milk. Well, there's a bottle of
Yum.
some kind of...
There's a spirit out there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I saw that.
The issue I have, fellas, is I know that when I come from the pub, it is content, so I can't help but walk in
Doesn't matter, does it?
with a massive grin on my face.
Well, you know that you're going to get given shit.
Well, exactly.
But it's easy. Look, it's easy, isn't it? I mean, how many times have we done this? It's like us with stopping cigarettes.
But it's good, though.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great.
And I don't have to buy
Great.
anyone a dinner.
Just
No.
on the cigarette front, I wrote in the chat yesterday that cigarettes have gone up again.
I'm surprised by that because Winston Peters has been doing his best to keep the price down.
Well, but then I was smoking the cigarettes today, and I was going, these are fucking weird. And what I think has happened is that the dude's given me the wrong cigarettes.
Oh.
And so the ones he's given me were maybe more than what I normally pay.
there you
And so thus
That solves
my
it.
assumption.
Do you know why I also thought it was weird is because the price hikes happen on the 1st of January every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I looked up, and it said 1st of January, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so I'm saving myself $3 there, so fuck it, let's just pound
Get
the bastards.
into it, brother. That would be my recommendation to you.
You
Yeah,
sent the same thing to the chat last week. You said cigarettes have gone up, so I'm quitting. And then this week you sent the same thing again.
Oh, really?
So
No,
you-
I didn't.
So you
I
obviously
don't
didn't
remember
quit
that
the
from
first
last
time.
week.
I don't remember that from last week either.
Because you've had so many beers, Keyzie, you've probably got double memory.
Yeah, you like double
Nah, I want to
fishing?
find it. I want to find it in the chat.
Okay,
I remember it, man.
Okay.
What was the celebration down there? You're celebrating a few things.
So obviously Finn from the Breakfast Show is leaving.
Yes.
Several people have getting the sack. And
But nobody knows. You don't know who it is, though, do you?
what? That's getting the sack.
Yeah. They're working that out, eh?
No, yeah, they're figuring it
Do you
out.
think it's one of us fellas?
Maybe. And the other thing was Angie is going on holiday for 2
She
months.
is. 2 months.
So it was a bit of a cheers, Angie. Well
yeah,
done.
she's cool, eh?
Yeah, so it was a bit of that. It was all a bit of that. To be honest, left at the right time. It was
Deteriorating?
not deteriorating, but sort of the main players had left. You know, your Minogue Stewarts, your James Pugsleys, your Keyzies.
Right.
So there was nothing left for me there. You know what's funny? What still cracks me up to this day is Minogue made an off-colour joke, right? As we do in jest
Racist.
all the time. We like Mike, the amount of off-colour jokes that you make
Yep.
off air.
Totally.
Shocking.
Because it's our humour. You say something extreme that you'd never say.
100%.
And then we all laugh at it.
You say something extreme that you would never mean.
Yes, you would never actually mean.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you say something like that, and then we all laugh. Minogue made a couple of them, and Pugs is just sitting there listening to it with like a big fake grin on, like, oh, you can't say that sort of stuff, man. Is what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of like, Pug's such a good boy.
He's come a long way, though,
He
hasn't
has.
he?
Yes. I'm really careful with that sort of stuff. You know what's happened in my relationship, fellas?
What's that,
My
man?
wife has become a shocker
With what?
with off-colour filth. And
My wife started doing it as well. I
I'm
think it's our
like-
fault.
I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah. Did you blush?
I blushed, Mogi.
Yeah.
A couple of times. And she was like, exactly that, Keyzie. She was like, well, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But then I'll do a horrendously off-colour kind of comment.
Yeah.
And she'll go, oh.
Yeah, but yours
oh,
are really bad though. And laced with venom.
And laced with truth.
Yours would make the Grand Dragon of the KKK blush.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how hardcore yours are.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
But my wife did one the other day. I can't remember what it was, but fuck, it caught me off guard. And I was like, first of all, that's hilarious.
Yes, congrats.
Second of all, come on, man, you can't say that.
Yeah, pull it in. Pull it in.
Jesus.
But yeah, she's been shocking lately.
She's always been terrible, man. I've been trying to tell you that.
Dropping absolute doozies on old Hoyte J.
Did you have your 4 finance managers ring you today?
I did.
Did you?
did. It's been a busy day, fellas.
Did you land on one?
No, but I've got meetings with all of them.
Nate's got meetings with 8.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff.
Why are you talking to 4? I guess it's the same as talking to 3. It's just more thorough.
it's just, yeah. I mean, I put it out there, as I said yesterday.
What do you mean you put it out there?
There's a website
on
where
a
you can say,
website,
I'm looking for financial
financial
advisors.
advice.
What's the
And
website? Facebook?
I can't remember
I can't
what
remember what it's
called.
called. I've used it before.
And these people came back to me and said, what's your situation? Here's what I would kind of do. Come and see us and have a chat.
Great.
Okay, yeah.
And it was fascinating. It was
Good,
very
isn't it,
fascinating.
to have these sort of first chats about your financial outlook and everything when you're in your sort of early to mid 40s?
Yeah, exactly.
Smart stuff, isn't it?
You don't want to wait till your 50s.
It has to be at some stage. And actually, one of them said, actually, you're a very good age for this because you've still got quite a lot of working life to go. And I went, well, I don't know
Just
about
wanted
that.
to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm yakking to you right now?
My wife and I are wanting, to sort of, cut the rope and get on the road. But no, it was fascinating. It was good.
Because I
Quite
think
good. Oh, you go.
Mogi and I should, on the show, I reckon we could do a better job than those fellas. I assume they were fellas.
Not all.
Wow. That's not
Oh,
like
there
you.
was one woman. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And that's the kind of thing.
Well, the
you'd
person's
say.
name was Alex, so he thought it was a dude, but actually it was a woman. So
The
he
amount of
gasped.
times you've
Yeah.
been caught off guard by those sort of
I
multi-sex
know.
names, man.
And I was just nude in bed when I rang that number too, and it was like, God, come on now. But yeah, highly recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
It's good.
exciting, man.
It's really exciting.
What have you been doing today,
It
Mogi?
might be terrible.
What did I do? I did something earlier.
Work?
I went to work, yeah. There was definitely some work involved. I had a shit sleep last night.
Oh my God.
No, Jace, you didn't have a worse sleep. Just shut the fuck up. I did.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Mike. I'm more interested in
Never
Jason.
in a million years has he
Oh
let a
my
comment go
gosh.
like that go through to the keeper. In your fucking life have you ever not
Oh
commented?
my God.
So I'll just tell you mine, and then you
Yes.
can bang on for an hour about yours.
Sure.
My daughter doesn't like having a snotty nose.
Yeah.
And so she always wants my wife to go in there and blow her nose for her.
Yes.
And then she freaks out that it fills up again. So this has been going on since she was 2. And it's just like, so last night she was up like 4 times
Yes.
trying to get us to sort it out. And we've just got to put a line under it. And what we've got to do is just say, look, it is what it is. So you're going to have to deal with it.
Yes.
And not get out of bed and not help her. Because you can't do anything. And so we just have to have one really bad night's sleep. Otherwise, all of winter is going to be completely fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So she's better than she used to be. Once she had a blocked nose, she'd be up all night just crying about it.
Yeah.
So you think that's bad?
Yeah, what
Wait
do
till
you
you
hear
hear
that?
this.
Well, my story's very similar, actually, Mogi.
That's weird.
That's what I'm shocked. But just a bit worse.
20% worse.
In the sense that it was kind of coldy related.
Yeah.
And that was my wife. And
Of course.
at about 1 o'clock in the morning,
How good are wives, by the way?
so good.
Oh, I love them.
At
Yeah,
1 o'clock in the
all of
morning,
them.
she started,
Can't get enough of them.
and she's been having, an issue with a cough.
Yeah. And racist comments from the sounds of it.
And at 1 o'clock in the morning, she started coughing. And I was like,
Off you go. Get in the spare room. Yeah.
and I just left it.
Yeah.
But then she was lying next to me, trying not to cough.
Shaking
and going,
then. Yeah.
And you're
shaking.
aware of
Yeah,
that.
And so I became hyper aware of that.
Yeah.
And then it would pass a little bit of time just where I was beginning maybe to doze a bit again, and she'd start coughing. And then she'd go and try not to cough.
Yeah.
And that went on for an hour and a half. And then eventually she got up, went to the toilet and coughed and coughed and coughed and coughed, and then came back to bed. and had stopped coughing, and then fell asleep almost
Immediately, and
and,
you were wide awake.
and started snoring.
And you were wide enough. You good shit.
And I was
Pugs,
wide
can you
awake.
clip that off and send it to Jace's wife?
So, Jace, to be honest, man, I think Mike had a worse sleep than you based on that.
I didn't go back to sleep, Keyzie.
Oh, he hasn't slept in his whole life.
So you're awake the whole night.
I was awake from 1 o'clock right through.
What about you, Mike?
It was actually 11:30 the first time she got up. And I
Right.
thought to myself, shit, that's not bad, actually.
Yeah, that's
because
quite
I've
good.
still got the rest of the night to go to sleep. But then, of course, she kept on getting up.
Wow, so you've been up since 11:30.
I'll be honest with you, I don't consider a lack of sleep a competition, but if gold medals were going to be handed out, I think I'd
think
be on
you'd get
top
the
of the
gold.
podium, yeah.
Oh, well, better luck next time,
Well, you've
Jace.
actually
Because
just
the thing
reminded
it
me
is, the thing it is, you can't reason with a 5-year-old. You can reason with a wife.
Yeah.
You can tell them to get out. And I can't believe you didn't. Why don't you tell her to go in the spare room?
because it just seemed a bit cruel, and I'm
It's
a nice
not
guy.
cruel. Yeah, and
actually,
also you would think you're lying in bed thinking to yourself, "Fuck, this is going to make great content."
I was going to say we need sleep chat today, but then I thought, actually, it'll be a bit hard on my wife. To be honest with you, she started coughing about 10.
Oh, wow, so you haven't been to sleep. Oh, wow. Sorry,
Now that
Mike.
you just reminded me.
I have to take the gold medal off and give it back to
Hey,
Hoyte.
I've been stripped.
You are the one-up king, man. So good. Hey, listen to the Hauraki Big Show, 4 till 7 every weekday. Really great radio. Really good.